From Toad Hall in beautiful downtown Racine, Wisconsin. It's a podcast with the most stupidity, guys, games, and beer.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah. Question mark?
Travis was touching your muff.
Yeah, Travis was touching my muff.
He's got a sweet black muff.
He doesn't even dye it.
That's just its color. Sometimes I go for rainbow. My rainbow muff.
So, Rob, what is tonight's topic?
What is tonight's topic, you ask? Well, tonight's topic is fighting games, but not the fighting games you're thinking of. I'm totally off camera.
On the camera.
These fighting games are... It's the head again. These fighting games are fighting games... Travis, what is that look? I cannot focus with you looking like
You're
that.
just looking deep into my eyes. I thought we had to think.
Oh, we did, but...
We're having a moment.
It must have been love. It really must have been.
Okay, so
Okay, but anyway, we're talking about fighting games, not the fighting games that everybody talks about, which is those, side-scrolling beat-em-up types of things. No Street Fighter here.
Okay.
We're talking about the games that nobody talks about. Yeah, they probably do, but
They do,
but we don't.
We haven't talked about them yet.
Right, we're talking about those other fighting games, and we can go back into history. What's our favorites? And I'm going to start with...
Larry had a good call.
I'm starting with Fight Night.
Which one?
Fight Night. Yep. On the Commodore 64.
All right.
Because someone's gonna go down, but I'm gonna throw a curveball and go with the first boxing game that I really loved.
Back there.
Yeah, Commodore 64 had a game called Fight Night. It was by Accolade, I believe, and it was just wonderful. I mean, it just had these animations where necks were twisted, heads were flying back. Some of the punches were just hilarious. Commodore 64. Yeah, it was pretty good.
So this is going way back. What was that? 86.
I think it was 86. My dad and I used to play it, and we'd see how far we could get. It wasn't a real long game.
No. But again, for its time, holy crap! I gotta find out what date that was.
Yeah, that was a really great game,
going back.
and it was fun. I was gonna do. Is anybody else doing Ready to Rumble? No.
Ready to
I was gonna
Rumble?
cover Ready to Rumble, but then last minute I kind of changed my mind. But Fight Night was kind of the template for that game. It had that kind of comedy mix into it,
85.
yet it was really difficult to learn the moves.
Yeah.
And it was just a great game. I mean, one button, man. One button you were mashing.
That's all you needed. That's all you needed for this game because it was freaking awesome.
Oh, great advertisement.
Hey, it's not my fault it popped up an ad first.
Way to go,
But
YouTube!
this, for 85,
There's a surprising amount of
for
good
85, this was a freaking awesome fighting game.
Yeah, there it is. Fight Night.
Yeah, Fight Night, 1985, guys. So this is going back there a ways. And like Rob said, it is a strictly a strict single joystick, one button controller fighting game.
Yeah, we had to twist around.
But you had some freaking awesome moves anyways in this game.
Yeah, and everything was timing. I mean, everything was based on timing.
Yeah.
up jab.
So no, you really it was a timing game. So God, I forgot about that one completely.
Yeah,
wow, that was
I just
reaching
remembered
back
it
there.
because of how much time my dad and I spent playing it, and it was just fun. It was a good bonding time.
you
It was a great game.
spend time beating each other,
Yeah, well, we started on the Atari 2600
All right.
boxing game by Activision, which I don't know if anybody's ever played that game, but it's a fun game. But man, that was the ugliest freaking game that was ever made. It looked like what did it look? It looked like a couple of those. Remember those monkey in a barrel things? They had a barrel and it had these little plastic monkeys, and you hooked them. Well, the boxers looked like the little monkeys.
They
Yeah.
did actually look like little monkeys.
Yeah, barrel of monkeys is what it was
Barrel
called.
monkeys. That's the
Wait
game.
a minute, aren't you? Are you
Stupid
talking
game,
about
too.
the one where it kind of like this?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Right, exactly.
you kind of had to
Rock-
slide
rock-
your
robot
fist
style.
in front.
And I totally thought that's how you boxed.
But it was timing. It was all about timing because you had to get your fist out in front before the other guy did.
That was fun because it's multiplayer.
Yeah.
So I listened to. Sorry about that, but both those games are fun.
Yeah.
And worth locking up. The boxing game for the Atari is only fun if you have a friend. You have to play it with a friend, and that is one of the most hilarious games you can play. It's just stupidly hilarious. Playing against the computer, it's garbage. But against a friend. It's fun. Who wants it next? You want it? You're all grabby. That wasn't the mic.
Otherwise, I'm going to totally forget. I'm going to go just quickly touch base. I've already talked about it enough in our Dreamcast episode, which is one of our best episodes, I have to say. If you get a chance, check it out. It's Project Justice Rival Schools. It's one of the most quirky, most interesting, fun fighting games you can play. It's ridiculous. But the one I'm going to talk about today was for the original Xbox. We're gonna jump forward a little bit. It's a very weird. It was called Marvel: Rise of the Imperfects, and it was a arena-based fighting game with superheroes you have never heard of, or supervillains you have never heard of. They legitimately just drafted them up for this game, and they had weird powers, like this one guy who shot like crazy acid. He was kind of like a Bane-looking, bulky guy, but he shot all this like crazy neon green stuff. But it was an arena-based fighting game that was absolutely incredible. It was top-notch. It was a little short. The roster was a little small, but I mean, it was of the early Xbox age. But it was very good. The mechanics were very solid, and it was just overall hella fun. So, otherwise, I think hopefully somebody touched on this, and I'm going to give you guys a freebie. Hit up that Power Stone.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, there was another, and I was going to go back a little. Originally, I was thinking about Punch-Out, but everybody knows Punch-Out. So there was another game that I was thinking about.
Which is a good fighter.
Punch-Out was a really good fighter. So, I think Punch-Out was probably the first really good boxing game. It's a first-person view boxing game that plays extremely well. But I'm not going to actually do Punch-Out.
I don't know. Ring King was pretty fun.
Yeah, but I first person. So, I'm going to go back to International Karate.
Oh, on C64 too? Huh?
Yeah, C64, Amiga, Atari ST.
Melbourne House?
Yeah, Melbourne. Holy shit, dude. Wow, that is a piece of very obscure knowledge, and you picked that out. So, Melbourne House, again, this was kind of the beginning of those kind of games. Pre-Street Fighter days, pre-those kind of games, there was International Karate, which was a karate game where you had all the different arenas, two players going against you versus the computer, or you versus another player, and they had the little guys on the edge scoring it out. You did karate moves against each other.
I'm trying to remember the game it was based on, because it was actually a rip-off of another game, but it was way better than that.
It really, surprisingly, it was like on every freaking platform at the time.
Karate Champ. It was a rip-off of Karate Champ.
Right,
Much better.
but it was much better, and it was based, and again, literally ported onto everything. I mean, every system of the mid '80s up to darn near '90 had International Karate on it.
I remember the trademark was the Australian level, right? Wasn't it? It was like the big.
Right.
The big thing you got to fight in Australia. That's like a big thing.
But it had multiple arenas. It had the multiple players. It really was a very well done, straight out fighting game.
Yeah, there's no screwing around either. It was a scorecard. Man.
Yeah.
Once you hit, you got a point.
Exactly. It was like they had little guys on the edge scoring you with the points. I mean, it was Santa Karate Fair. So again, a good solid fighter.
Wait.
Now are you?
Psych!
You like that, didn't you? I'm just gonna pass that over to him now. I'm done. I shot my load.
All the way past me.
Yeah, of
You
course.
could call that a mic drop.
Oh, ouch.
Ouch. That really hurts. We're not friends anymore. I don't know if you really could. It's an arena, but Mad World on the Nintendo Wii. Wasn't it called that?
I'm kind of...
Mad World?
Oh, Mad World.
Yeah. Where I introduced the character.
Ain't that fun?
Yeah, yes. Mad World is a fun game. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, foreseen.
Also, the Sick YG song that he has on the soundtrack is the best song.
It
play that during every video game to get me like pumped up, like.
I
get paid. You know, it's
I love playing your games because that's the first one to play, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play some games. I'm like, all right, what's on? Oh, Travis is. Oh, that's the first time I'm gonna play.
Mad World has a great soundtrack and has Sick YG did this song just for this game, and it's called Ain't That Funny. It is. If you have a game playlist and you don't have it on there, you should be ashamed of yourself and you should add it because it gets you pumped up and it gets you in the zone.
I'm sorry, but it's nothing's fun than like skewering 5 guys and carrying them around on that still skewering, beating the hell out of other guys, or shoving them down the toilet and blood squirting out of the toilet.
Wow!
Yeah, it's a violent game.
That is, yeah.
But
The
it is.
most violent game on the Wii.
Yeah, the most violent game on the Wii, period. But it is fun as hell to play, and it's, I guess you could say it's like a beat 'em up too, like stage. It's like kind of arena too, because you go to different stages and stuff like that throughout the game. But it is fun to play. It's mostly black and white, except for the blood and gore is all red, and it's delicious.
Sin City look.
It's got that Sin City look, exactly.
That's kinda cool.
But the game is fun to play, and it's just ridiculous too how you can kill people in that game, kicking people in jet engines, squirting all over the place. It's brutal, but it's fun. Oh, it's one.
Concept?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
think
it's kind of like Smash TV, but with fish.
Yeah.
So, so
You
you're
pick up
running around,
weapons too, and you can kill people with them. It's
Sounds like a
okay.
Christmas fodder to me.
And all
Yeah,
the yeah. No, it's a good it's a good game, and I'd say that's probably one of my favorite fighters right there. If you like blood and gore too.
You know, this topic's a little hard in a way because to name a favorite on the Dreamcast is really hard. First one that came to mind is Power Stone, which I really loved because it was really quick and fast, and it had tag team and four player, and you have these moments where you like you can upgrade your character and you can do all kinds of cool stuff, and then you can punch people into like other zones, and
Which is
one
of the games I've been looking to find on my Dreamcast too. By the
But
way.
when I think of the Dreamcast and all the fighters like
there was some
Wanted,
amazing.
Wanted Dead or Alive,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
oh, that was great. It had some great graphics, if anybody knows what I mean. The
anybody knows what.
it featured real motion. That's what it featured.
What kind of motion, Larry?
Yeah, what kind of
What kind of motion
Larry?
did it feature, Larry?
Did it feature any good vibrations?
Yeah, but then someone said Ready to Rumble, and I'm like, going back to the boxing thing. That was so awesome, that boxing
Ready to
game.
Rumble was one of the best ever.
Had some great characters in it. They were all kind of fun and interesting. So, and then Soul Calibur came out. It was like,
Which was the
man,
best.
this thing blows you away.
I didn't
So,
want to go there because
Yeah, it's almost too much on that beaten path.
it was.
Even though it is one of the best
it
fighters.
is no,
Right.
no. It
In
is
my,
the best.
to me, it's the best fighter, but that's because I was actually halfway decent at it.
Oh, we aren't talking
So-
about Virtual Fighter. Oh man.
We're not
So my
talking about
favorite
Virtua
fighter
It's another good game.
is the Dreamcast. All the games that are fighters on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, because it kicked every other console's ass.
What?
For fighters, no, the Dreamcast was the fighter system.
Dreamcast
It really was.
the king.
Yeah, I think it had, because it was designed for doing that kind of game.
It's
was
a lot
the
of-
best for 2D fighters.
It has a lot of like childhood memory games in there that I still want to get. So.
Yeah, Mike.
What? What?
Mike.
They're talking about the Dreamcast?
Yes, because you're right. It has a
It has
childhood memory game.
It's got a lot of childhood memory games.
Especially when it comes to
Zombie Revenge is like one of my favorite fighters. That came on the Dreamcast. I have that game. I own that game on my Dreamcast. I wish I owned Power Stone 1 and 2. Those games were fun. I remember popping like $5 in that game just to beat it because it was really hard when you're like, I don't remember how old I was, but I remember popping $1 in. My dad said, we're going to go after you play this one game. You only get $1, you get to pop it in. I played that for a half an hour with $1 off of Power Stone. And it was...
Power Stone 2 was probably one of the best games ever
And
made.
it's-
It really is very
For
good.
arena-based fighter, yeah, it's fun as hell to play. I love...
Have you guys ever played Heavy Metal Geomatrix?
Yep.
That is a
And
great
Spawn in the
freaking
Demon
game.
Sand, which was very similar.
Yeah,
Both were Dreamcast.
good game.
I can't remember the name of it. There was a fighter for the Dreamcast that was like, it wasn't Gingham, but it was like suits and stuff. Well, do you remember that one? No. No.
Say that off the top of my head.
I can't think of it either.
Well, anyways, that Dreamcast is definitely the system that I enjoyed most of my fighters on.
Is that did like Dead or Alive come out on that game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Dead or Alive. Gotta go with that one.
I like
too.
the wrestler and his daughter myself, but
Oh.
that's the
We were
combination.
just talking about the incredible movement of
or
Dead.
Rumble Roses. Yeah, incredible movement there.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. XX.
All right, I'm handing this off.
All right.
Only one X sort of a point.
Yeah. Oh, what? It was almost a porn.
So
Almost.
Yeah. You should see some of the character models.
So really the whole point of this episode was that there's a lot of fighting games that you can play that aren't Street Fighter and they aren't Mortal Kombat. And they're really, really fun to play.
Real quick, Justin, where the fuck are you? This is your episode. Literally, this episode was written.
All right.
Where the hell are you right now?
For Justin though too, I'm gonna bring out like it was an old N64 game. It was NWO versus WCW. It was a wrestling game, and it was fun as hell to play. With me and my buddy grabbing a TV and smashing it over each other's head was hilarious. And just playing like the old classic wrestlers
What'd you do in the
too.
video game?
That's what. We didn't do that in real life. We did it with the video game. We were a lot smarter than that. This was before alcohol came into me. If I was alcoholic when I was say like I don't know 6 or something like that, yeah, sure, we'd be smashing TVs through each other's heads.
Well, speaking of smashing TVs over each other's heads, you probably want to smash your own TV through your head if you're watching this on TV. Or your iPod, or whatever the hell you're listening to this podcast on.
Step away from the edge.
Yep. Remember, if you're gonna play a fighting game, play it on the Dreamcast. That's all I have to say for this episode.
I'll agree with that.
Thanks for watching Guys, Games, and Beer. Don't forget, coming soon is Guys, Games, and Beer live at the Midwinter Gaming... what the hell? Convention. What? I almost said classic. That's what threw me off.
I gotta
Hey,
say,
it's almost the season.
Yep.
if anybody wants to give me free shots, it is my birthday weekend during that weekend.
So stop by, buy noob shots while we're doing the show.
Be a part of the hilarity.
I really do want to see. I want to see alcohol coming up on stage as we're doing the show.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, I love that. I will take full. I will take all.
Anything you send up the stage, he's drinking,
Yep.
including your specimens.
No,
Just
not
fill
that.
that bottle
No.
And urine.
I really hope, guys.
Thanks for watching Guys, Games, and Beer. Remember, www.guysgamesandbeer.net. Facebook is www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer. And on Twitter, it's @guysgamesand... Oh, sorry, Guys, Games, and Beer. Yeah, I made the damn account. I should know, right? God, I suck. Bye! Come visit us at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. Win free games on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer.